Thanks for joining me. We have Robin and Cody here. How are you guys doing?
We're great, thanks.
Doing well, Greg.
Awesome. How's the show been so far?
It's been good.
Yeah? Outside of the missing crates.
Yeah, outside of missing the crates and then Robin throwing me in there by myself yesterday, it's been pretty good.
He was doing well. You guys are set up right here, but I saw him. He was trying to sell some stuff. So
There you go.
Well, I took a little illness yesterday, so I called Cody, who's a former baseball player and a pitcher, and I said, okay, buddy, you're out of the bullpen. You're on the mound, take the ball and throw strikes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he did.
yeah, no, he was doing well.
I appreciate it. Keep talking me up. This sounds like a race coming. I like this. This is incredible.
Well, anyway, tell me a little bit about your company and what you guys do.
We are a full-service sort of one-stop shop for aircraft interior soft goods primarily. So
Okay.
by soft goods, we mean carpets, upholstery fabrics, panel fabrics, leather, synthetic leather, foams,
Okay.
all of the soft, pretty stuff that decorates airplanes, whether they're commercial aircraft interiors or private aircraft bizjet interiors.
Okay. Very cool. And how long have you been doing this for?
I started with a company in the industry in 1985. My background was textiles at university level.
Okay.
And a company hired me to go to work in their Seattle office in '85.
Okay.
I went back to North Carolina with them in 1988, and then started my own company in 1990. Started this company in 1990.
Gotcha. And I think one of the questions that I know some people outside of the industry or just getting into the industry, they're often asked, well, I mean, can I just put a regular chair or a couch or something like, a normal fabrics into an aircraft? I guess, what are some of the differences between the types of materials that you're using versus just something off the street?
Well, that's a great question. Most importantly, fabrics that go in most aircraft have to be flame resistant.
Right.
They meet standards that are specified by the FAA.
Okay.
And depending on the type of aircraft, the size of the aircraft will determine how stringent those flammability standards are.
Gotcha.
So it's important that, first of all, we know what the standards are and that we can verify that by physical testing that our products meet those flammability standards. If it's a commercial aircraft, then there's a durability factor as well.
A lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic. And so you want fabrics materials that are going to withstand the kind of traffic that you'd get in an office environment or in a mass transit environment where you've got a lot of seat time on a daily basis. And,
Sure.
and those fabrics have to be durable to withstand that for a long period of time.
Sure. Any trends right now in particular to like refurbishment of aircraft and the types of materials that are, being sought after by customers?
Well, over the last 10 years or so, the commercial aircraft market has moved away from woven fabrics and natural leather to synthetic leather products. Right. I'm a textile guy. I love fabric, pattern, texture, color, but from an economic or a commercial standpoint, you cannot beat the case for synthetic leather for cost of ownership.
Right.
Synthetic leathers are more durable. They're much easier to maintain. You can clean them on wing. You don't have to remove dress covers for dry cleaning like you have to do with with woven textiles.
Mm-hmm.
So you reduce inventory cost. And compared to natural leather, synthetic leather is half the weight. So you save 2 pounds per passenger place in a commercial aircraft seat. That adds up to a lot of reduced payload weight, a lot of fuel savings, a lot less carbon emissions.
Gotcha.
So the case is made. It's a solid case for synthetic leather on commercial aircraft seating.
Right. Where I'd imagine maybe on the business and private travel side, it's a little bit more focused on look, feel, comfort than it is
definitely.
in comparison to commercial.
That's absolutely the case. And you have a different market and a different mindset. Most owners of private aircraft have a mindset that I want my airplane to be luxurious,
Right.
and I don't care what it costs.
Right.
I'll spend X amount of dollars on a leather seat, and if it's exactly what I want in terms of color and texture and feel and so forth. When you're operating 700 commercial airplanes at 150 packs each, that becomes less of a calculation.
Yeah. Sure. So, I guess in terms of one of the big topics here at Partsbase PBEXPO is obviously around like supply chain, and when it comes to aircraft parts, tools, there's been a lot of delays. Obviously, there's supply chain issues right now. How has that impacted the soft goods and materials that you guys are using?
Well, that's another great question, and it certainly has had an effect on some of the materials that we offer. For example, foam, seating foam.
Mm-hmm.
We've been out of seating foam for several months for two reasons. One, people like our product, and sales have been great.
Right.
But the other reason is both a shortage of a key component that goes into mini foams based on the freeze in Texas last year and a major fire at a plant in Europe that makes that component. So that individual component is dried up, makes it difficult for foam suppliers for across all industries, automotive seating, the mattress industry, regular commercial and residential furniture. All of those manufacturers are having problems with foam. And the other problem with our logistics is all of the problems with regards to shipping.
Right.
And we know what happens when things get tied up in ports. Air freight costs have gone up significantly, so many of our manufacturers that are overseas are opting to put product on ships rather than on aircraft, so that further extends the delivery times for some of our products.
Gotcha.
So it's had an effect.
Gotcha. I guess in regards to the outlook and maybe things going on this year, is there certain types of new fabrics that are coming out that you have interest in, whether it's in the business or commercial side of things?
Well, there are. One of our manufacturers is a company called Willowtex. They are based in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Okay.
And they produce a product called Is It Leather. That's spelled I-Z-I-T, but it's a play on words. Is it leather?
Yeah.
It's not leather, but it looks and feels like it.
Okay.
And they've developed some new products for both the private aircraft and the commercial aircraft market.
Okay.
So they have a newer product for private aircraft headliner, sidewall, other vertical surfaces that performs extremely well. It's durable. We sell it out of stock, out of inventory at low minimum order quantities, and the pricing is very competitive to the standard product that's been out there for a lot of years.
Okay.
So it has some advantages, and the demand for that product is increasing pretty regularly. It's been available for about 2 years. That company also makes a commercial aircraft seating material.
Okay.
And it's called Is It Leather, and the designation is XRT. And what makes it unique is that it has a backcloth that is flame resistant. It's made of the same fiber that Formula One drivers and firefighters wear for protective equipment. And as a result, it has a very low weight. It doesn't require additional fabrics for fire protection around the seat cushion.
Okay.
So the total weight of a seat cushion is significantly less than the competitive products, which again reduces payload weight on the aircraft. It lowers carbon emissions. And that product, both of those products, use zero water in their manufacturing. So from that standpoint, we're not taking any water out of a river or creek and putting it back in. It reduces solvents in its manufacturing by 90%. So we're not pumping any poison into the atmosphere as well. So it's a really green product coming
Very
out
cool.
of the plant. The term today for those types of products is vegan leather.
Right.
And it certainly is a premier vegan leather.
Gotcha. Very cool. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping by. It's been cool to learn more about these fabrics
Thank you.
and things. Where can people find you if they're interested in learning more about the product?
Thank you. Well, our website for Spectra interior products is spectra-ip.com.
Okay.
That's for commercial and defense-related materials.
Okay.
For our private aircraft company, it is OmnAvia Interiors. So I'll spell that.
We'll include a link too, so you don't have to spell it if you don't want to.
I may mess up, so thank you for doing that. You can find us on the internet, and our website is very comprehensive, and you'll see everything that we have to offer on that website.
All right. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, and
Greg,
we'll
thank
talk
you.
soon.
The pleasure's
Thanks for
ours.
having us.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Good deal. Thanks.